highly effective in your movement, or else you're going to fight more people and you're not going to win. Then numbers come into play. So if you're highly effective in your movements, when you actually make your move, you actually hit them, it actually works. Then other ones don't want that. But if you sit there and and then they come back, and they're still fighting, the other ones go. So in a knife situation, I'm just gonna get stabbed. I'm gonna stab. Step fast. Real fast. Faster. Right now, fingers are down. Going through. Yep. You're taking the eyes down. Eyes down. The dogs out there. Fingers are now inside the eyes. From here, you're able to take control of the blade. Decide what you want to do. All right. So that's on contact. So when they're coming at you with the blade, we're all black on that. When they're coming at you. Your hand, you're not going to be able to catch things. You must use stuff like this and all kinds of fancy maneuvers. So what do you all we're doing is this.
Not really good.
Go. That's faster.
No, but it's not going to smack him.
Okay.
So you're coming like straight
Stab.
down.
This is stabbing down, straight arm.
You're almost copying my motions actually going through that.
You're actually, what's happening is your arm, all your energy is going past me, traveling up my arm. So it's going in my gut, right here, right?
But instead I'm clashing.
Right there. Right now, at the same time, both hands come out.
Is this Krav Maga based?
Right now,
It's a blend of styles from many different martial arts.
Blend of styles from many different martial arts. See, I knew that. I didn't have to go ask her.
You have an option not to do
It's
that.
Dale's
It's
wife.
not armed. Do not do that.
Yeah, she's a hottie. No, I'm not putting her on camera.
It's not internet self-defense. Do not do that. All right. So in real life, once you know there's a knife,
Now they're
you
more
cannot
interested
stab
in you.
them. Okay?
Am I still?
Yep. All we're doing is taking our arms straight. So I'm not standing, and I'm also not standing still.
Okay.
So no matter what I do, if I stand still, I'm going to get cut.
You're still.
Yes. I got some hand. You always have to attack the attacker.
Makes sense.
So what happens, you have leverage. So if you
Can I show
stab
you
higher,
on camera?
Sure.
Yep.
Hi.
Pretty lady. Right there she
So
is.
the way that arm's coming
Okay,
out.
let's
Same
focus
thing.
on the bullets.
Same movement. So one move, instead of us having 47 different techniques,
You
the
should
knife
fly
comes
it.
in.
Test it on you.
You know,
I was like, don't say that. I have makeup
You're not
because
gonna
I
do
know
the timing's
people
not
people
there.
test.
So as soon as they catch the hand, as the hand comes in, if I do that, the person has intention to actually come in. One of them is special. Something special. Doing like primal. Guy on the street wants to attack.
That's awesome, Cody.
And I think arm bent. So I'm telling you what we did. It's what we do. It's not a theory for us. So we've got over 3,500 team members, and they're all alive. So only I can work. The blade comes in, you're going to go straight. Same thing with the eyes. If you miss the eyes, you still got that. Which automatically, whenever you push the head back, you break it from the blade. So automatically, the head's coming back. Yep. Blade's here. So to give you an example,
These are Richard Blade. Assless jabs, so I'm just gonna let everyone know that.
If we missed a guy in assless chaps, I would have showed your live stream. They would have
get the
hated
knife out of
it.
someone's hands. What's that?
I would have done that.
Knife out of the hand, hold it tight. One, then push the knuckle in.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Most
Yep,
people
so it's
come
right here.
from shit.
Yeah.
That's the bad
Push the
teachers
tip
at the
in.
gym. Right.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip, people. Right there.
I definitely got
And it hurts bad.
After the first one, I was done down.
Yeah, we can use it with palm, or you can use the fingertips. It hurts everyone, 99% of all people. Certain people are double jointed here, so it just kind of folds down. But you still get the blade.
I totally see why.
Second way to get it out of the hand is press the side of the blade.
Come on, hold it hard. Hold it hard.
Yep. Comes right out.
Thank you,
The
Cody.
more rigid the hold, the faster it comes out.
Even if I'm like hold up to their life, I'm still contorting. I still don't like that no matter
Yeah,
what.
exactly. The more rigid they are in holding, the faster it comes out. So it rips out faster.
They're using two hands. Is that second one to help control?
So it doesn't so the hand doesn't follow.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a block here.
All right.
And so some people say, what if you got cut? If you get cut on your hand, and someone try to kill you with a knife, you're doing good. You're doing really good. That's great. If you got stabbed, guess what you still gotta do? Get the knife out of the hand if you don't want to get stabbed again. So again, you come in there and take the blade out. The principle still works.
Thank
So the principle
you.
is we're pressing the blade, the bottom, the guard here, towards the thumb. There's no muscle to stop the action. So it's gonna rip out. So it doesn't matter what part of the body has to do the part that does the ripping. So you can use any part of your body. So the point of one of the tactics is to show you have all these different options.
Why would you hold the knife like that, though?
Because that's a hard position to get to, especially if I'm just here fighting you or throwing hands, throwing knives. It's a hard point to get to.
No, they're giving it to you. They're giving it to you.
No, that's a hard point to get to right
No, we're just showing the principle. So it could be done here.
Oh, that's
right. We're showing, so we're teaching.
No, we're in LA right now, but
So
we're
not-
from Detroit.
You're not really walking up to people normally and they're standing there like, that could happen. People threaten people all the time.
It may happen.
It could happen. So you come here. The point of showing you this is so you see the principle how it works. You may be done with your eyes closed on the ground. You may be in bed when you do this. You might be laying in bed and know the only way to get the hand out, the knife out of the hand is this way. You may be stabbing your friend here or your family member. You know to get this knife out of his hand, you're gonna come here. Another way to do that is to rip back. You can rip back on. If you don't want to hurt them, you go to the nose and just pull back. If it's more serious, you go to the eye, rip back on the eye, and it rips out. You have the blade.
When you had the knife in the right hand and you pulled it away from him, I've seen guys grab Bear's hand just in fights to try and get it away, and he always follows through with the other hand.
Oh, I think it's the concern is even if you take it, I'm still coming in. What if the pressure does not stop? I mean, it's still an interesting concept.
So if you're here, you take the knife, they hit you, bam, 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 bam. They're actively aggressive on you. So you're gonna start stabbing them in the throat and the eyeballs as much as possible. But if they stop and they back away, because you got their blade, which is most likely, then you need to not touch them with the blade. Because if he's moving away from me, and I come at him, someone could shoot me legally. He could, theoretically, but he started it, so it would be a really odd way to do that. But you don't want to be the person stabbing someone trying to leave.
Yeah, you look like that.
Shut your
What is
adrenaline
the
down.
fascination
That's
with
so
Ohio?
important.
It's
You
just
want to back
Ohio.
away. This is over. I cannot go after you. Okay. Right? And so this is where people mess up. So they go after the guy.
Thank you for watching. From Molly. Awesome.
Right? After jail.
Oh, yeah.
Because they literally were begging for life. It was over, and now they're standing over them. You know, it's kind of hard to shut your adrenaline down when someone try to kill you. And I've had to do that many times. So someone who's not just talking about killing me, but they tried, and now I have to face them, and I have to not hurt them now.
Now, fighting for the knife still happens a lot, I think, in these situations where you got that technique, but I slip out of the hand and I start fighting you. So what if both hands, like now we're struggling? How about a struggle for the
Yeah, if they're both struggling?
Yeah.
So these are the principles, right? Okay. So
Wow,
you got
Sweden.
guys-
Thank you for tuning in.
Yep, we come here to the eyes and we change that relationship.
That's
very
reasonable. Yeah. Both
So,
my hands are occupied.
yeah, and so what happens is
Poland,
people are
thank you.
So one of the things people do on the internet, you want to be careful of doing this. Don't try to think about how to defeat a technique, because the only reason you even have that conversation is because you know the
Trinidad and
technique's coming.
Tobago.
In real
Thank
life,
you
they
for
have no
tuning
idea
in.
what's happening. That's unrealistic. That's like saying, I'm gonna know what to do when he shoots my leg, knowing he's gonna shoot my leg right now. Right? There's lots of ways to stop that from happening. The point is to not let them know I'm going to grab your leg. I'm not gonna punch you. If you know they're going to do that, it's easy to defeat.
Wow, France.
Right?
Thank you.
So when you're training, you want to train to understand the technique and how you can apply it, not how you can defeat it. I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 people that are trying to
Grand Rapids is fun.
cost you are actually going to be able to outrun you.
We were there a month ago.
Violent criminals.
I've heard that too, where you're trying
Very
to
few
street
violent
fight.
criminals attack people that are in better shape than them.
But not to mention something we're thought about right now. With a friend of mine. You sprint hard from a cold nothing. You can pull, you can hurt, you can fall, any number of things, and now you're kind of tired, and he's still attacking you.
Then there's that.
But you tell all your students to bolt.
Listen, if you can get away, get away.
Of course,
Anything's
yeah,
better
it's
than
true.
getting
He's
caught.
saying it's true. If you can. However, once you incorporate the knowledge with weapons, you increase your survivability. Without it, though, you need to run for sure.
Well, he had a student who had someone break into their house, and his student, little girl, beat the shit out of the attacker with the gun.
Charleston, wow. Thank you for tuning in.
One of those three
Yes,
reactions.
yes.
And when the gun came close up to her, she just clocked the young man, and it was enough to take him out and he dropped the gun.
Yes, and that happens every day. People defeat gun threats every day. Also, people, of course, unfortunately, are killed by gun threats.
Yeah.
So the point of the training is to increase the likelihood survivability of those who would have died otherwise. But yes, a lot of times, remember this about thieves. Thieves are just thieves. They're not killers. 9 out of 10 of them are not killers. That means you can resist them. You can
Give
punch
me a
them with no
bullet.
training. It happens all the time. Or you can give them what they want and they just leave, right? They're not going to kill you. Either way, they were going to kill you. In fact, if
Hi,
you have a gun,
Belgium.
if
Thank you for
punch
tuning
them,
in.
They still won't shoot you because they're not.
Hi, Elk Grove.
One
Thank
of
you
the
for
guns
tuning
control
in.
you.
Just if you don't know that, though, I would still say, like, your phone's not worth it, my wallet's not worth
Correct.
it.
Correct. Oh, 100%. If you believe that you can trust them, if you
Hi,
believe that
Utah.
you're going to somehow be trustworthy with that gun or knife, but you know that if you comply, you just believe this, that they're not going to cut you anyway, they're not going to cut your wife or kids or somebody else, then yeah, do what they say. However, unfortunately, as a person's been in situations many times with violent criminals, what I can tell you is you can't trust
Hi,
them.
France.
You cannot trust
Bonjour.
them. So what I do is empower your people to make their own decisions. But if you decide to resist, these techniques will help you survive. If you decide to resist without them, you can still survive. You can ignore everything I teach. But guess what? If you listen to what I'm teaching, right, the training, remember it came from bloodshed. So we learned all this the hard way. I wasn't able to.
Hi, Montreal.
I tried stuff I saw in martial arts classes. Taekwondo gave me a lot of classes, a lot of raw essentials that I still use this very day. Like that technique with the thumb, that's for Taekwondo. So Chung De Quan and Mu De Quan. But I will say this, the more options you have, the more likely you are to have an option to survive. Like in Jiu-Jitsu, right, or in MMA, you still need lots of different combinations.
Hi,
right?
Molly.
You can't use 1 or 2 or 3. The more you know, right, exactly. And the more you know, the more likely you are to win, right, and be able to pull off.
Okay.
Right, so same option, same thing, same concept, right? That part of the use of knowledge is the same. So when you're a professional fighter, you have to have lots of options to succeed. When you're a survivalist, a person who wants to survive against violent criminals, you have to have lots of options. And the first one is psychology. So psychologically, what's most important is that I deceive this person. If I'm going to resist him, the last thing in the world I want him to believe is I'm going to resist him. I'm going to lie. So when he has a knife to my throat and he's threatening to kill me or stab me, whatever, I'm going to tell him I'm not going to resist. I'll do whatever you say before I actually resist and decide to do something different.
Mislead him.
Yeah, got to. That makes it even easier. So put your knife to my throat and you're going to cut right through my throat. If I move, anything, just cut right through. Cut.
Fair enough.
And so that's with you knowing, right? In real life, the criminals here, they're what do they want? They want stuff, right?
Anything.
Yeah, but that makes it even slower for their response time.
Especially in this conversation.
Yeah, especially in a conversation, which is what they're doing. No one sits with a knife going, all right, now, I'm ready for you to try to defeat my knife. Go ahead and try it. I dare you to try it. They're not doing that. They're actually doing something to you.
Exactly,
they're
Cody.
They're mad at you. They want something from you. They're very interested in other things other than you trying to take the knife.
I see. My survival technique is I throw my partner out. Get him back.
Yes, that's a good one. If you have a pro fighter on your team, you definitely want to send them.
You do it.
So yeah, so all the principles are there because you never know, man. You might have already been stabbed. One thing worse than getting stabbed is what? Get stabbed again. So hurry, get the knife out. So if the guy stabbed me, I don't want to stand there and go, and then get stabbed again, right? So we can come in here, I've been stabbed. Now I'm going to kick the blade out. I use 2 at the same time. I push the thumb in, then push the blade, right? And of course, I'm under the law, so I don't want to do this. I get in trouble.
Just want to get it out.
But while I was moving the blade, the cameras are watching. You may have gotten cut a little. You definitely want to back up. And then try to come back forward and cut with the camera's going. This would not be in our best interest.
It was just an accidental slicing. I didn't mean
Yes,
it.
yes, he actually cut himself. His hand was still in there. As you see, Your Honor, when he cut himself. This means he will have to go.
Hi,
to court
Rhode Island.
Because he had his hands on it.
Yeah,
He
boy's
loved the
meme was funny.
blade.
That's his
And you
fault.
secured him, held him for law enforcement. You detained him for law enforcement so he can be prosecuted. Do not leave the scene. Anytime you have violence, anytime there's a threat of violence, you always call 911. Ask for the operator name, whether it's a law enforcement officer or a dispatcher. And that's because they take you more seriously. Let them know I'm feeling threatened. Someone is doing something to you, whatever this is. Because once you cut
Habibi,
back,
there
you set
might
yourself
not be
up
no
for
defense
the
for that.
person defending themselves. So it'll be more easy for your lawyer to defend you on the next part of your survival. Right? So the first part is this part where this is some kind of conflict. The second stage of your conflict is
West Side, 313.
The third stage is going to be
Thank you
legal,
for tuning in.
because that guy could have started the fight. You could have ended it, and now you got to go to prison.
The numbers just jumped again. Tell everyone where to find you.
Detroit Urban Survival Training.
Hey.
Detroit-D.U.S.T.
Hey,
Those are still going.
I'm trying to get. Tell everyone where to find you. The numbers.
Yo, just look at We See Greatness.
Black, of course.
That's it.
And make sure you guys are following here at the live stream.
And so the principles are always simple. So the knife is here, and you cut through my throat if I move. Yep. That's all. That's why we do all our training that way. Yep. So here, people say on the internet, instead of
Yes.
so right here, they say, well, I would just pull the knife back.
Well, no.
No,
truly, my instance, I'd probably hit you. So if we're here,
Yes. So that's what normally would happen. Your knife's trapping him, he's trying to strike,
yeah.
right? So from here, when we come
Run,
here,
Habibi.
our fingers go in the eyes right there, and then we come here, and we don't do that because he's on a. Yes. So that might be nice. And then actually cut himself in the neck, anywhere in here. Horrible. Right. This concept is here. Just trap the hand here. Fingers are deep inside the eyes here. At the very least, they're highly disrupted. And then from here, you take your hand on the back of the hand. And you're going to go right to the guard. In case they're still holding, it's going to rip right out the hand. So every move, change the relationship, does something to harm that person if they're in a high threat level. So we don't want to. So I don't want to do something like grab the knife, move the arm, elbow, knee.
so we're not
He still has the knife.
Thank you, Michael.
He's still not hurt. If I elbowed him and I need him, he's still not hurt. Lots of guys take elbows and knees.
Nerd, don't be a
So
nerd.
he still has the knife. He's been elbowing and punch repeatedly, but he's still got the knife. What we want to do is on contact, we're going to go here, strike the throat. So we're going to come here, strike the throat right to the hyoid, full power, or right to the eye, or both eyes. But on contact, when we move, this person's
MJ, he
damaged.
really is.
So at the very least, they could be high or drunk and not feeling pain. They're still going to be disrupted.
What
So
about-
the breathing is disrupted, the eyes are disrupted with full power. We're talking about going through the target, not to the target.
What about the free arm?
The free arm, what happens is from here, there's no time for the free arm to do anything. They're actually injured now. So what happens when you feel injury here, what you're going to do is, what do you do with your hand when you're hurt?
I'm not trying to touch it.
Yeah, you're going to go to your face.
Ooh, I love
my
a
God.
1911.
Right,
I have
you
a
hit the
Kimber
throat, you have to
1911. It's my
exercise.
favorite.
Anything interfering with breathing, the hand automatically goes to the throat. So he's going to go like this. So when you hurt someone, they go to that
Will do,
wounded
MJ.
area. So whenever you hit someone in places it's a vital organ, they automatically go to the vital organs. So you see pro fighters, they got hit in the eyes. First thing they do is start going like this.
We love Arizona.
They get hit in the throat. You start grabbing the throat like this. There's nothing to grab, but your brain tells you when you get hit in the throat, you need to get to your air. You gotta get to your throat, and that's just natural.
Who's Chuck?
What happens to your free hand is it becomes absorbed with the idea, obsessed with the idea that it needs to go to the place of wound to help. So that's why guys get hit in the groin. Really good, they grab the groin. The damage is already done, but they think by holding it, it makes it feel better.
Adrenaline, I'm talking about this. Adrenaline still plays factor to a degree. So I'm now hurt. Yeah, that sucks. Yes, but I'm probably still trying to fight you.
Oh.
Getting through that pain.
Well, it's not pain. So this is a vital organ. When you can't see, it causes
Chuck E.
pain.
Cheese.
So panic. Remember, you're attacking, which means you're choosing. So when you're the person defending, you can't see. You still have to fight to survive.
Mohammed,
You're the
maybe we
attacker.
are, maybe we're
You
not.
wouldn't be able to see. It's not. No one goes to an attack mode to prey on someone who can take their eyes from them. So it's a cycle. This is again about survival psychology, totally different. And survival psychology, if the person who is a predator comes up to you and they're aggressive, and you come in and you even miss their face, the leg went like that. A lot of them are like, man, you lucky on time for you.
Helicopter,
Just the
helicopter.
fact that your leg got close to their face is enough to shock them because they didn't intend on getting hit.
Thank
in
you
the
for
head by
joining
anyone's
in.
foot who they prey on. So the psychology of a predator is not the same thing as the psychology of a fighter. A fighter is not here to kill you, but they are not going to be scared away by resistance. A predator is going to be scared away by resistance. Literally, resistance can scare them. So the fact that you're resisting them is enough to make a difference. That's why some people have stories of hitting them and they take off. It's a guy with a gun, right? You hit them and they take off because they thought these women or old people were not.
Thank you, Cody.
Capable of defending themselves, and they didn't sign up to be injured. So predators hate.
Thank you
injury.
for tuning in,
For
Spain.
them, it's close to death and prison. So it's not like there's no referee saying, okay, that was a good shot, go sit down, walk it off, and bring it back in a minute.
Yeah.
They know it's one and done. Imagine if you have one round in MMA. That's all you got. No gloves, and there's no ref. It's one round. I mean, and there's no time limit. So it changed everything. The whole thing will be changed.
We might be showing that, Matthew.
One weight classes.
I don't miss butter.
Right, you kill everything. And tank athletes.
Yeah.
So my point is that we're just looking at two different things. A fighter's mindset, an artistic mindset, like a martial artist mindset, and a survival mindset are not the same. The criminal mindset is not the same. So the violent criminal's job is to achieve their objective. And their objective is low level, so it's surface level. Money, sex, kill the woman. They're trying to lose an eyeball, killing a female. So if the female resists,
Thank you, Rudy.
she can actually get
How's the weather in
free.
Detroit?
That's why you see, if you go online to the YouTube channel, different channels, you'll see lots of stories of how kids escape abductors by simply resisting. It's not even
We're in LA right now.
That's what he teaches. He teaches kill little ones especially. Drop on your back, kick your feet at the attacker, and scream, "You're not my mother."
Yeah, and it works. If you go online, you'll see lots of stories of how small things made a big difference.
Attracting attention.
Yes.
Hi,
attracting
Texas.
Attention, screaming, fighting back. The guy's job was to grab a kid because they thought the kid would be easily grabbed. Once he found out he's got to work for it, it's like, forget it. Right? So lots of kids are escaping. Unfortunately, a lot of kids aren't. So we want to encourage those kids to fight back that are not. Because according to the FBI, if you resist, you increase your likelihood of survival.
Oh, 55 degrees is nice. When we left on Monday, it was 20 degrees. It was freezing.
Almost everyone,
Hi,
they got
Oklahoma.
killed. So people put a gun to someone's head. Usually, by the way, you know them. They're co-workers, family members, lovers. That's who puts guns to your head, knives to your throat. It's not strangers. It's very few strangers, okay? You hear about strangers more in the news because that's more exciting. It doesn't sound as bad as finding out that parents are doing something terrible to kids or siblings are doing something bad.
Thank you for tuning in from Hawaii.
So
That is a lot of money. Thank you for your support.
Vast majority of killings are done by people you know.
Yeah,
So
no
all
jackets,
those
Charlie.
people,
Not
gun
needed.
to your head, knife to your throat. It's because they want to control you. They want to torture you. Nobody can do that from over here. So it's really hard to get control of anyone from a distance. So,
Hello.
So people online are like, well, why would you ever stand close to someone with a gun?
Chicago's nice. We were there just this past weekend at Bellator. Oh, thank you, Motor City Maniac. The man, yes.
We as people don't understand violent criminals because you aren't one.
Training is key.
Violent criminals, we do know this. That if I'm going to take control of this man and get him to do what I want him to do or take from him or do something, I have to get close enough to control him. If I can't control him, he'll just simply leave. Or go to
Down in Ohio.
Right? He might even tackle me. He can't do any of that if I come up to him and then get control of him. If I get control of him. Now I'm back control. Now give me your money. Get in the trunk of the car. Get in the basement. Right?
Hi,
So
Metal
that's what's
Sonic.
going on.
Thank you for your support.
How does it work against resistance? Yes,
Yeah, I think we'll be doing the more the man series.
It's like if he resists.
Yeah. So resistance, it works great. So that's where we got it from. So our feedback is from resistance. So when someone grabbed our wrist, in real life, we use these techniques. That's how we know they work. So in real life, when they try to resist our takedowns, our holds, there was pain. And that's how we got control of them. So we know they work because we have to use
Thank
this
you
in
so
time.
much, Wes.
If you do this in training, like you start resisting these techniques, this is our arm stuff. So
Just
what happens is it's still going to work, but it's going to cause more tendon damage.
But that's
So
not
this is
how
actually-
he-
Oh, thank you,
like,
LA. Appreciate it.
Is that how you would resist it?
Then you can get the fuck off, Mark.
I wouldn't grab his arm. So I don't. Here's the thing. I can do the best to attempt things like aim for a scuffle where the hand's going to come from. But from a personal perspective, I would never try and grab someone like that. I don't know what the benefit is of grabbing someone by their arm, so I don't have the weapon. If I had the weapon and he takes my arm, fair enough, it's taking the knife. I wouldn't just grab someone's arm like that.
The reason why they grab your arm is they want to control your options. So you can't grab the door, you can't grab a weapon, they grab your hand. So if they grab you and they don't grab your hands, you'll still grab the door and you still grab your weapons.
Yes,
The reason why they do
Khabib
that
was
is
at
because you can grab
Bellator
your
this
phone.
past
They're trying to
weekend.
control you to stop you from doing things. So one of the things you see big guys do when you
Oh
talk to
yeah,
them,
Snoop
they don't
Dogg was
control.
lots of
Yeah.
fun.
This is what a guy will do when a big guy is given a problem. Could be at your house, could be Thanksgiving, could be you working security, could be you're just being a good person trying to help you. The big guys will go like this and hold your hands. This is normal. They're going to try to restrict your movement to your hands. So you can't grab knives, guns, move around. It's a normal procedure that they can use. Just like when they're fighting and they start pushing, like, man, back up. This is the common thing guys do before they actually start to escalate to blows and things. Yep, start pushing, like, man, get out of my house. Get away from here. They start pushing each other's arms.
So
out.
fun
You see
fact,
this a lot in wrestling.
I'm Commander
This is
Brown's
actually what
wife,
people do
and
in
I
normal,
manage all the
training.
social media.
Violent escalation. So just push each other off. Everybody wants to be on the inside.
Yeah.
It's normal. But when we do this is what we teach.
Yeah, sure.
What would you like? What would
What
you?
we do from here is we come here, claps down, and go right here.
Okay. But in that normal
So-
scenario, if you guys are pushing, like, what would your normal go-to be? If someone's
Probably to
back?
push back or start hitting. So I imagine that's got to come first. It's got to come
Yeah, that's
first.
where you start with having a call, man, sit back up, man, just get out of the house. And he's like, no, man, you back up. So that's how you start like this. And then so what we teach is when they start to resist us, we're telling them they have to get out of the building or whatever they're doing, or get out of the person's house.
I do all the
And we
edits. I
trap
do
that
all
out.
the filming, edits, posting.
So other people are thinking that you can move this other hand. What they're thinking is you can move the other hand if this hand's trapped. But they don't. Yeah, they don't understand the pain is severe and significant. So what happens is for me, you can move more than you can.
So what about someone like him that doesn't engage? Like he wouldn't put his hands on you because he wouldn't.
Perhaps it's a different circumstance.
That's
So I think we're
these
talking
are the
more
questions.
drill-based.
So we're
They're
dealing with-
asking what you would do against someone like him.
against a fighter.
So if someone had skills and they were trying to fight us, we would not stay within the realm of what they would do. So we go eyes, throat, and we would cause damage so the person can't function. So if they're on us, I'm not gonna grab them. I'm gonna go into eyes. I'm going to throat. If there's fingers, we're gonna use fingers.
No, these conditions, that shit hurts. So I keep like, let's get my fingers
So
away.
what happens? The brain has to decide: do I want to engage in this and lose my ability to see, breathe,
Yeah.
and function? When you hit somebody's groin and you rip it, it is
Thank you, MJ.
life altering.
Be careful.
We did it as a
Yeah, well, part of the reason why.
because our daughter was upset. He thought she thought he was making fun of her, and then he made an apology video. But we did it to make her happy, so now she understands that he was just having fun, that he wasn't trying to bully her. But a lot of she received a lot of bullying online as a result.
Going to shock so rips your balls from your body.
Yeah, it's barely something. we
Thank
don't
you
practice
so
with.
much.
So,
I don't practice it.
so with someone like him or with a bigger guy, if they're
I think it's unfair to continue saying.
well,
like
it's
me.
they're
They mean
using
like
you as an
fighter or
example,
just
not like a
size?
fighter,
Okay.
like a bigger guy,
Okay, just
and
big
you're
dude.
going to because a lot of
You
these
have to.
guys
You
are
have, what you
saying
do is
they
you hurt their
wouldn't.
eyes, their breathing, and their ability to.
We did
stand.
too. It was done
Because
well.
What happens is
She
the
was
person
happy.
attacking you believes that those are the things that they are going to need. They're going to keep those things. They did not sign up to lose an eye, or the throat, or groin, or the fingers, or any of that. They thought they could win. If you told them ahead of time, look, we're going to fight, but you do hard, you're 100% going to lose your eyes, or lose one eye. You're not going to go for it unless you're a psychopath, unless you have some death wish. You're not going to be like, oh, it's okay. As long as they beat you, I don't mind losing an eye. I got 2 eyes anyway.
Which girl, our
You only
daughter?
need 2 eyes for it anyway.
This is very
I only need
rare.
one. I only need 1 eye. That's all I need. No one does
Rare
that.
person would think like that.
No, they don't. Exactly. That's why smart people like that are pro fighters don't fight outside of the sport arena because they understand what's at risk is not just their money and being a part of their contract or anything. They could actually lose their ability to fight. Period.
Something you had said.
Oh, she's in the room.
Footage, why you said fighters don't fight because
We're in LA visiting for our book promo, so we linked up with this fighter to do some tactics.
But I cannot success with a permanent injury that could inhibit my ability to fight long term.
You could actually go in the mouth of this person and break their teeth and damage your fist and get bloodborne pathogens all from one hit. Now, don't you have to have blood tests for
Yes.
We
sports?
do. We can't
So
have.
imagine you have
we can't
diseases.
and now
Yeah, he really does.
With the violence thing, I think it's a good point as well. And fighters understand violence, and people who've been in competition understand violence, and they understand why it's not worth it because of what could happen, which I think plays into the whole it would be avoided otherwise
right.
at all possible.
That's smart. And then also those people like that are people that have been in trouble before. Like people that have been in prison. A lot of times they're like, hey, I'm not trying to go back. I can kill you right now, but I'm not going to. So those reason we have all these training options is so when a person puts their hands on you, they bounce you back. So instead of you going bang and then getting court dates on a good day, right? You can come here and say,
Not sure who Roman Reigns is, but I'll look him up and see if we can make it happen. Hi, Joey. Thank you for tuning in.
God tries to block your way and you're going forward.
Mohammed, all of our information's on our website. www.detroit-dust.com.
Or if you need him going that way, yeah, you would go here, just turn his head. So you don't have to use force that creates injuries, which creates coordination.
Can you do that to that camera? Sorry, it's a good shot.
Wherever we need to be.
So over here they're blocking you. You want to move them without hurting them. You come here to the temple, turn.
They like the club. They like,
And
and you
then
got a
you want to
couple
move
of
them, but you don't want to hurt them. You take your hand here. You want to just lift your arm up or on top, either way. And it really depends on how tall you are.
No, it's not muscles. It's constant training. You have to train.
Lean the shoulder out. You keep moving. If you were shorter than them, my arm would go over and come underneath. Okay, same thing. Come here.
Yeah. All right.
So a simple way to move people without creating injuries.
I don't know. You see it?
Are you seeing there, Dust?
And if you control from there.
Nice, MJ. I'll definitely look him up.
Yep. Come here, turn it up, stand up. Sweet. Walk him up.
Yeah, that fucking hurt.
That's horrible. That's without resistance. You're not resisting arm. So when guys are looking online and people are not resisting, it's because resistance creates injuries. So if you resist any of these movements, like we come here, and we get some guys, you see on some of the videos they do in the street performances, we do street demos.
Yeah.
And sometimes guys will be extra rigid right here, right? Your arm stiff. So it's kind of hard.
Well, you ain't gonna get one.
All of a sudden it goes, and it's actually way more destructive. Right? It's harmful to the joints. That's why I try to go slow. They can adjust so that nothing breaks or nothing, gets torn. Because in real life, you do it fast, you go fast. So when you do it fast, they really can't resist more. Because when you go fast, there's no time.
Oh, it's nice. My allergies are acting up a little bit, so excuse the voice. We're coming to New Jersey next weekend. We'll be there this coming up Saturday, on the 3rd. We have a seminar, a training seminar, and a book signing demo in Renzo Gracie, New Jersey City.
Definitely we'll just keep having struggles. I'll keep trying to break it.
Actually, that kind of but I'm sorry, NZB, that because that one was that last one. This is actually.
That's the plan, the M show.
So again, when you're deciding to resist, it's based upon
And go to prison, sure. You sure can.
The aggressor, you're trying to get away now. You realize, I did not sign up for this. I'm supposed to be pumping you out. I'm supposed to be dominating you. If I'm not dominating you, I should be leaving. I'm not trying to sign up to get wounded. So a fighter decided to have limited conflict, right? They don't want to die. They want to
If you like being in small, tight spaces with a bunch of... never mind.
Once you see that they break the bottom out,
Thank you, Kay.
you know this is going somewhere. It's not likely they're going to not stab you. So when someone has intention to stab you and they have some type of weapon, whether it's a broken bottle or knife, they're going to stab you, 100%. You're sure of that right in that situation. That's what people say, why should run? And if you are in great shape, believe me, to kind of run. However, if you're wrong, if you're tired, you still got to fight.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Cody. Each state has different self-defense laws.
No, there are some people that say that, man. I like this.
No, please don't do that. No, don't do that.
Do not leave your family behind. Okay, do not leave your family behind. There's a gunman there, a person with a knife.
Beth,
People
did
that
you
say
just
you
say-
run, make sure you don't have your family with you.
Did you just threaten to leave us?
No,
Okay.
it's funny, man. No, people have said that online. They said,
I think they're
Dale
full of
Brown,
it.
Dale
Yeah.
Brown is crazy. I would just
leave my family.
Whereas the people are like, oh, I've been robbed in my country many times. I won't say what country they're talking about, but they're saying, I got robbed in my country many times, and I just do what they tell me to do, and then I run away. Okay, I just leave. I was like, well, in Detroit, you can't do that. They'll shoot you in the back. Number one. Also, do that at country town schools in America or in Australia at that one mosque. Yeah, they'll shoot you anywhere. So running away from guns and running away from knives sounds like a good plan, but in general, it's actually a lesser plan. One of the things that happens when you rush a gunman is the gunman doesn't believe that you should be rushing them. So they actually go into a form of shock. So their brain's like, oh my God, I have a gun and you're running at me. So they start to go into a panic mode. So you've already taken them psychologically, you've already started to dominate them because you're going at them while they have the gun.
Would you say to run at someone with the gun?
Yeah, we have to do that.
I do have a suggestion. I'm blocking you.
Correct. If you're there to manage threats, if you're there to protect your family, you're there to protect, in our case, we protect families, communities, corporations, we protect clients. We protect people for free. There's domestic violence victims, stalking victims, crime witnesses. So
Say stupid stuff, get blocked. My favorite thing to do is block people.
27 years. So we protect these people for free because these are people that are being terrorized. These are women, children, senior citizens, in some cases whole entire families. And they have people that want to kill them, sometimes personal reasons, other times misunderstandings. Sometimes it's because they're willing to go to court to testify against criminals who have already raped, robbed, or murdered someone or tried to murder them. And so just by agreeing to go to court, them and their families are now in danger. What we do, my wife and I and our team members, which has been over 3,500 team members, we have gone to people's homes, we escort them to court, we stay with them if necessary, we get them hotel rooms, we pay for this out of our pocket, there's no funding, we have no non-profit status, so it's all sweat equity. We use our own personal money to hide domestic violence victims, stalking victims, crime witnesses, and these families. And that's what we're proud of, is that we actually have been able to stop these rape, robbery, murders, abductions. We stopped it because we interfered with the actual actions of the aggressor. We didn't come afterwards. So
Thank you, Brad.
we stopped beforehand.
And we've had you on our radio show now. Was it 2 times or 1 time?
Speak
Twice?
up.
Speak up, Jesus Christ. You had him on twice. You've talked about your programs over in Detroit. You talked about moving out. I just met Terrence here for the first time. He's got programs out here in Los Angeles.
Say hi.
And so I think
And
what
tell everyone
you
to find
do
you.
for the public
See, great.
is crazy. I think it's awesome.
Look it up.
Yes, that's the most important thing that people need to realize, is that training was specifically designed to protect the families. And we only got to the chance to use it because we had to protect them physically from violent individuals and gangs. If the training didn't work, we would be dead. None of our team members are dead. We learned how to stabilize our wounded, transport to level 1 trauma hospitals because we had to. Because yes, you're going to get shot, you're going to get stabbed, if you're going to be defending people against people of intent to shoot and kill people. And that's what we've had to do many times, is deal with violent people and gangs that are armed. So when we're teaching from experience. That's also why it looks different. And so we're dealing with these different issues
Thank
that
you,
we have to
Mohammed.
deal with in a sports scenario or artistic scenario. And all the schools I went to, many different martial arts schools, many different places. The one thing we
Not
never
right
talked about
now,
was the consequences.
but we plan on
We
being
never
in
talked about the
Washington
law,
very
civil or
soon.
criminal. We never talked about psychology. So for example, if I don't want a problem with this person, where I would always come to him is positive, even if I think he's a threat. How you doing, sir? Hey, good to see you. Nice to meet you. My name's John, and always stand at the side of them. Most people are going to be right hand dominant, so you're going to get to the right hand, which means that they can't get to the gun or knife normally. But if they are left hand, you're still got what's called elbow control. You have thumb control here. You have the ability to get in position and dominate them if you had to. But you're also close enough to psychologically get them to believe you're on their side. So now you can join them. And by joining them, you stop having an adversarial position psychologically and physically. Now, if I have a good idea and I want to talk to him, but I'm in front of his face, I'm still in an adversarial position. So we are still in a position of conflict. So if I don't want problems, I need to stand on that side of him. There's also the same position I need to be if I want to dominate the threat and take him out of here, take him under control. So you want to get close to the person, you want to take away their options and reduce their options for escalation of force and violence. You don't want a reactionary gap because you don't want the reaction of the gap to cause a reaction. So some people are taught how to use a reactionary gap, and that's standard in law enforcement. We teach law enforcement officers in our program something separate, which is to take space. So law enforcement officers and civilians, both, or public, people in the public, learn how to take the space, because what they're doing is they're joining, mirror, and placating with this person. But I'm also joining their side.
Oh, thank you,
It's
Brad.
me and him against the Illuminati. So he's mad about the Illuminati. He's out of his mind. I don't want to go over and say, sir, there's no Illuminati. You need to get out of here right now. You're trespassing. I just created an adversarial position. Whether it's at my house or
Thank you,
whether it's
Kay.
at my workplace, what I want to do is get close to him and say, hey, man, we got to get out of here. Illuminati's here. Let's go. Let's go. We're out of here. Next thing you know, I got elbow control. He thinks I'm on his side. And because he's risk adverse, humans want to not to create an adversarial position. He's going to want to go with me. So even if that person looks totally different than you, bigger than you, I had a guy's like 300-something pounds, looked like a violent Santa Claus, and he was screaming in the bar. He got cut off, and he was like, "Oh, fuck, kill you, bitch!" And screaming at the bartender. I came over and said, "What does she do? What's her problem? Oh my God, let's leave here right now." And I walked him out, and they called me the N-word once I got outside. But when people thought we were friends, he got outside and I locked the door. So I pushed him outside. Like, you go first. All right. So he goes outside the bar. I locked the door. And I'm like 21, I weigh 180 pounds. This guy's like 350 pounds. And it was a wet, violent Santa Claus with suspenders on. People thought he was my friend. They were like, your friend can't come to the bar and act crazy like that. I was like, it's not my friend. The manager actually said to me, you expect me to believe you went up to that violent guy and put your arm around him and just walked him out of here, you don't know him? Yeah, I don't know him.
Learning for a video is effective. If you go and look at one of our videos that we posted Bellator 288, a fighter used our technique to get out of chokehold and win his fight. And he said that he learned by watching the video, but like anything else, we watch and learn from cooking shows how to fix DIYs and things of that nature on there as well. So learning on video can be done.
This lady's crazy. Forget her. All right, I'm moving him out.
In your case, Bear, you always stand with your right kind of forward, like when he's facing you, you always stand like you're ready to fight.
No, I thought that was really interesting because I've seen it done like just offhandedly, not really seeing a purpose to it. I like knowing the purpose is that off to the side motion.
No, and the way he stands is perfect because you're supposed to stand with your feet misaligned to the left, so your heel is in the middle of your foot on the side, just about shoulder length apart. Your hands should always be in a non-aggressive position, always between your mouth and then when you're talking, sir, it's okay, please calm down. You'll also be here, what appears to be not this position, it appears to be passive. So if they go to strike, you're in position to dominate the threat if you had to.
But it's funny, I see, and what these guys are commenting on is the differences in how you guys do it. You stand like you're ready to punch all the time.
Conditioning, I'm sure.
And he stands and keeps your hands between the two of you.
Yeah, it's normal. So you build habits. So your hands are at the fifth position because you don't want to bring your hands from here to here. You want your hands to go from here to here.
And he's ready to shoot or punch.
Always keep your hands here because you want your hands in the middle of your body. This position is called steepling. This is used by world leaders, not just Donald Trump.
And this is not the Andrew Tate post. Let's be clear about that. Andrew Tate does not like that. His is weird.
Every time Bear calls him a pedo on the live stream gets banned.
I can't say that anymore. It gets me banned.
This position is used by world leaders. You'll notice that now that I said it. But your hands are here. The reason why I'm teaching this is because when your hands are in 50% of your 50% position of your body, they're 50% closer to the target if you had to do something. And it also looks like you're not aggressive. So if people are filming, which they do a lot, there's cameras. Always assume there's cameras around. Your hands should be here, not in what appears to be a violent position. If your hands are in a violent position, even if they're down, it still looks like you're ready to fight. Right. This means in certain places, like where we're from, Michigan, it could be called an equal combatant. Certain states, certain jurisdictions see things differently. Remember, the law is not really set in stone. It's about interpretation.
So he stands wrong
Thank you, Renata.
pretty much from the get-go for a peaceful...
No. Actually, the way his feet are is perfect. The way his body is, his hands are better than having them up in an aggressive position like.
Yeah, but why are your hands there, Bear?
So
they're here.
So the hands are, so the only difference is they have your hands up like, hey, sir, going down.
Kind of space.
Yeah, no, you want to keep your space. You want to remove the space. That's how you dominate.
This is just for looks. It's just so they don't think you're correct.
Great. The other people, remember those are witnesses. These are cameras, they're witnesses. So your hands are here to show I was not trying to fight.
Thank you.
My hands
We
were
do.
passive. They're not, they weren't in a position to strike. They were passive. So when he went to punch, my hands were in a position, but it looked like I wasn't. It looked like I was just standing here. Right? But it also keeps from doing a really quick jab to the face because your hands are in there, right? You can still get caught, you can still get hit, but you're in a much better closer position than you would be if your hands were down. So that's why we teach your hands should always be up. Sit out in the prayer position. Sir, I don't want any trouble. Please, sir. Please don't hurt us. Please. But your hands are right here. It's going to be a lot better. So when he comes in to hit you, your hands are already here. So you're in a position to dominate the threat. And, again, there's a big difference between hitting someone in the eyes and hitting him in the throat and hitting him anywhere else.
You got him
so this is why you can't hit someone in the throat or in the eyes purposefully without getting seriously disqualified in any sport.
Guy with the beard saying you're doing it exactly how they did it as bouncers. When he was a bouncer, that's how they did it.
Right. So if you're smart, that's exactly what you do. All these things are what you do in protection services. So you want to make sure that what you're projecting is peaceful, positive, non-threatening, because that's going to come out later. So especially if you find out you're a fighter, and even if they started it, but you're a fighter, they're going to have expectation of you not to use excessive skills to hurt this person. So you got to be careful about that too. That does get used against you. So when you're a martial artist, when you are someone that's expected to have more skill than the other person, they expect you not to use it to an excessive level or to extreme outcomes. So it can be used against you. In certain jurisdictions, some people have had them used against them.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, it's 2:30.
We should get some short clips.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do some gun stuff too.
Yeah, well, I want to get the short clip TikTok of you throwing the book at him, because that'll do it.
I don't want to ruin the book. It's so nice that he's got it.
Yeah.
Just let him hit you with the book.
Let's do one. This is gun control. We definitely want to do the gun stuff. It's very important to show the gun principles. This stuff is the stuff you really need. We have a lot of good people that are being killed by guns. Leandro Lowe is one. He was involved in a violent encounter. He's an 8-time champion, jiu-jitsu champion, heavyweight, great guy. Also, I heard from people that are students, he's a great guy, Jim. And so imagine this is the kind of stuff we want people like him to know, so we can stop this kind of killings.
How was he shot?
Well, the story is that we have right now, of my research, all that I can get is that he was at Leandro Lowe was at a concert in Sao Paulo. The people he was with said that a young person, like a teenager, looked like a teenager, a kid came by, grabbed a bottle of alcohol off the table, and then took it. So Leandro Lowe went to, according to them, correct his behavior physically, dominated him with some kind of holder, took him down or something, and then the crowd or security or somebody separated them, and then this guy, who they thought was a kid, pulled out a gun and shot him in the head. And it turns out the kid was a police officer.
That's where that comes from.
Yeah, the person that was just a kid. That's why it's very important to have in your training the understanding of what it's for, which is for actual physical altercation. When someone is attacking you and you have no other choice, you can't de-escalate them, you can't demotivate them, you can't go, hey, how's one, sir? Let's calm down, get outside of them. They can't calm down. They're going to attack you or someone else anyway. That's why you need so many other skills to not injure them, right?
In that circumstance, was it literally out of the gun? Or was there a period? So what would you have done?
So
Not go after him in the first place. It's just a bottle of liquor. You can get another bottle of liquor. Yeah.
Hey, a guy stole a bottle of alcohol from Leandro Lowe's table. If that's true, the first thing you know is you should never fight over alcohol. Number one. Number two,
let it go.
Right. You buy more alcohol. Number two, if you want justice, you go to police or security at the site and tell them that guy just took our alcohol. Right. Number three, if you do physically take someone down, you need to take them under control, call police, and secure them, hold them in a safe position so that you don't injure them or kill them during the holding process.
Or give them space.
And you hold them for police and detain them legally by saying I'm detaining you for stealing whatever it was you're stealing or whatever you did. And you hold them for law enforcement. Do not let them go. And search the person for your weapons and secure that weapon. Right? So as a citizen, you're now putting someone under citizen's arrest. You're taking them under control because of a crime they committed in front of you or to you. So, but you would not physically take action on the guy for justice and then let them go and then go your way. You have to call police, you have to make police reports. Yeah, in other words, in order to make it justifiable, your use of force is you have to make a legal argument, make it articulatable, meaning explaining legally that you took this action only because you had to, because there was no security or law enforcement on site, which there should be. So that's why the process, we teach our students this. The first thing you do is always call 911. The second thing you do, seek legal intervention if you can. So if there's police over there, right, our phone's not working, go tell the police, hey, there's a guy causing trouble over here. Now, if they don't take action, and you have to take action to save someone's life or save your life, that's called exigent circumstances. That's what makes it legal. It's exigency. In other words, you tried not to have to do this. You sought legal intervention, and if you had no time, sometimes it happens, you have to defend yourself with no time before that, because they just surprise attacked you or something else. Then immediately after, or as soon as possible, you get 911, you get police involved. In whatever country you live in, you have to get police involved as soon as possible. And if you're the one seeking it, then it's going to be very difficult for you, not impossible, but very difficult for you to be called the aggressor if you're the one asking for police. So you want to be the person, hey, call the police, I need help. Call the police, you got the guy speaking. It's under your control totally. You don't sit there confidently go, I got it, it's okay. You yell, scream, help, I need help. This is a violent criminal, I need police here. You got him under control. You say that, I need help, please call the police.
Like I said, it's all well beyond me, so I'm learning as we go right now.
So we've had 27 years with no court dates. 27 years of force-on-force conflict with violent people, violent gangs, and you don't know who is a police officer off duty. So that's another reason to know the law and not to use physical force, because the person, like in that case, was a police officer at that concert. Well, in America, a police officer go to concert. If you would have done that to a police officer in America, he still could have been shot.
Mm-hmm.
And also remember this, if you're choking someone, right, and I've done this before, I've been holding someone, and not choking, but holding them for police, and when the civilians came up, they thought I was choking. They're trying to help the guy. They attacked me already. And I've had multiple cases like that. One case, the police showed up. They thought I was the aggressor, and they were about to hit me with batons to the head. Luckily, somebody entrusted me. Just happened to pop up the manager and say, hey, no, he's security. It's okay. Otherwise, I was about to get hit. Just because I was holding a criminal. Who attacked me first?
Perspective is important.
Right? So remember that, guys. Whenever you're looking at something, always have a positive reason, a neutral reason, and a negative reason. You're seeing what you're seeing. Positive, neutral, negative.
What about getting attacked from behind?
Yes, so if you're attacked from behind, first let me do this with you. If you saw a woman being held by her throat against the wall over there, what's a positive reason, what's a neutral reason, what's a negative reason? Positive first.
I've seen this on
He's trying to cheat. He's going to
trying to cheat. A positive reason? I've been trying to protect myself.
The female could be the aggressor. She could have a weapon. Absolutely true. So don't think that everyone attacks you has to be a male. So or attack someone else. The females do attack you. So he could have been holding a female. What's a neutral reason? It's not positive or negative.
They're kinky.
Kinky, it's a couple, right? So if you go in there and attack the guy right now, he's trying to save the girl, she is going to attack you because that's her boyfriend or husband. And they're agreeing to have consensual activity involving choking at that trio. Okay, so very good point.
I think negative, obviously he's dealing
Still got a criminal. So you go over there with the idea this could be a positive or negative. You want to verify which one it is. Right? You don't want to assume it's negative and take an action. The reason that's important, you're able to do that, a lot of people can't do that. And that's because they see things only one-dimensionally. Now imagine if you have a gun and you think the woman's being hurt, then you're gun dependent, you believe the gun's the answer, you're gonna pull your gun out, and that's already a crime, and then you're gonna go over there and possibly shoot the guy. When he turns around, he's thinking about protecting his wife or girlfriend. Now he's gonna what? Do whatever it takes. He's gonna pull out a knife or gun, and you're thinking you're saving the woman. These things happen every day. So every day we have misunderstandings resulting in injury and death. Like we heard about here in LA, just yesterday you said?
Yeah.
There were 3 shootings here. We don't even know if those were misunderstandings, accidents, we don't know what they are, but remember they could be all those things. So people accidentally shoot themselves all the time. People accidentally shoot
Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and sign off right now. We appreciate everybody's support.
Kids.